Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Aha. It is Monday. What do we got going on here? You can see the dollar index. Maybe we'll get J4X going this week. We'll go challenge that thing again. Take a sip of my tea. Alright, we're ready. It's Monday. There is, let's scroll up a little bit. There is the dollar index. You can see dollar a little weak this morning. It's been strong for a couple of days. You see the algorithm pushing down below. It seems like it's in line today. Maybe the programmer programmed it correctly finally. Oh, let's tune in Robin. Yo, Robin. Let's see, where's that at? Right there, Dukascopy. Excellent. And there is the chat line. Excellent. Let's see, Janos says, hi. Hey, Janos. I would like to see outlook for NVO and AMD. Sure. In addition, can we do a look on oil companies? Yeah, definitely. I saw an interesting article this morning on the oil companies. They talked about, they're talking about like the energy sector could get really squeezed. They're talking big time on that. Inflation is back. Maybe parking some money in oil company could be good. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, where is Robin? I don't see Robin yet. Yeah, I agree with you. There, two things we've been talking about. I know you've been in and out doing other stuff, but it's very clear to me that inflation is expanding again. And now they're actually predicting 3.5 cuts now. 3.5 cuts. But a lot of people really are, I'm hearing a lot of money managers and so forth saying some are preparing for an actual increase. I don't see the increase coming. But I think they need to say that so their clients, have heard it out of their mouth in case it happens. And so, and now most money managers are saying that they'll only see at most 2 cuts, and it should be going into the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter or fourth quarter. In other words, after the election, basically. That's what they're thinking. Third quarter is October. The end of September is the end of the third quarter. And so October, November, and December. So they're talking more than likely now are saying stuff like at the end of the third quarter or the fourth quarter. And I kind of believe it'll go that way. Go into that. Let me see where Robin's at. I'm surprised he's not on today. Usually he calls me when he's fighting with the machine. Him and the machine can fight at times. It's funny, but it's true. Let's see, there he is. Let's see. Let's give him a hi. You good? There we are. See what he says. Yeah, so there you can see the dollar index on the beta platform. And let's go take a look at it on... Oh, wait a minute. Janos just asked he wanted to see something. Let's go see something first. I can jump him back and forth to the other stuff. That's no problem at all. So let's go to... Where we go here? Let's do this. Let's close that platform down and open up the other platform. Close. Yes. And then let's open up here. Open workspace. And where's it at? Right there. Let's see. Here should be NV. Should be MVO. Let's see. NVO and AMD. I was just looking at the AMD this morning too. Yeah, AMD. There it is, right there. There's the AMD. You can see it's a little firm this morning, up above the 200 area. Been in a daily buy for 3 days. Let's move one of these buy signals over. All right, let's make a buy signal. We'll just steal that and change its color. So right there. And at the same time, Well, you can see here so there's what's it? That's the buy right there. And then I guess we can generate a sell for there. That was the sell right there. It barely fell, but it did fall a little bit. But notice it's been in that weekly buy all the way back in October. So it's been a weekly buy for a long while in the $100 area. It's actually doubled. That's interesting. It's doubled. And then you can see the next sell was that right there. There's your next sell. And then the next buy was right there. And then it dipped like so. And then we can steal this sell right there. Went into the sell there. Barely did anything for 2 days and jumped right back into the buy. We had that volatility signal, green and red, kicking out, telling us something wanted to come. Boy, it came. You wouldn't take the short, of course, traders. And the reason why is because this has been in a weekly buy throughout that whole thing. So, the most you would have done is not have a position on, or you would have been neutral in your position, and then it jumped up, and then you would have been, in that position. If you were in a neutral, you probably had more gamma, and next thing you know, you'd have been up in value. Just not, you wouldn't have made as much. That's all from that wild move there. So, it's interesting the way they did that. The way the market tried to back off and still couldn't break into the sell with all that action, but it did here. It did there because that is a plus. See that? That's plot 1 was plus 10. Plot 2 was plot 4 was plus 37. Huh. And so was so that's unique. Plot 1 right there. Yep. So that was in a plus. Then it dropped into the sell. Went down the next day and then lifted back up higher. No, it didn't. Didn't lift higher. It was the next day after that. So got a little squeeze there, and that's like a $20 move. What was that? You know what? That must have been the earnings. I guess that was earnings, wasn't it? Giannis, was that earnings? It was probably earnings. They must have come out with something. That's usually good action like that. And then, so there's AMD. Let's check out. Oh, there's Robin. Fight over. All right, you won. Good. Yeah, well, you were probably semi-exhausted at that point, so no. But we can go back and look and see when the last earnings were, just for the interest of it, to know why it did what it did. Let's see, AMD. All right, there we go. And what did it say? It says when are earnings? April 30th, May 6th. Earnings date. Let's see, April 30th, May 6th. Ex-dividend is on the 27th of April. So no, it wasn't. Let's see what the calendar says. Recent news on AMD. 21 hours ago, yesterday. 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Why AMD stock jumped again? Here we go. 2 days ago. AMD stock jumped today. Record another day of strong gains in Friday daily trading. The semiconductor company's share prices closed out session up 5%. Boy, it looks bigger than that, doesn't it? While there wasn't any business-specific news for AMD, its share price surged in conjunction with the latest bullish indicators for AI demand and growth and opportunity. Dell published its fourth quarter report after the market closed Thursday, and its results have spurred another round of bullish momentum for artificial intelligence. I see that, right? And then last week, let me move this over so we can see this. So we go like that, and let me see the chat line. There's the chat line. And so then last week, let's see, many announcements just say AI in any stock. Yeah, exactly. Now check this out. I want to show something. Let's see if can I get it on there, or should I do it on here? Let's see, how do I do this? I know where to do it. I can do it right here. All right. Now, last week, on Monday after the elections, this is a very fascinating event that occurred. It really surprised me. Come on up. Where are you? Here it comes. Why aren't you opening? Open. That's odd. All right, we're going to get this thing open in a second. I want to show you something that came out from the Institute of Advanced Study, Al Einstein's old stomping ground. They built the place for him in Princeton. Okay, and they have like a computer science thing going on there. Oh, you know where it might be up? Is it up top here? No, it's not there. So let's go like, let's put that back up again. There it is. Okay. Now, let me put this up on the screen. This really stunned me, and I kept on thinking I should talk about it more. I did mention it on the webinar on Monday because I was really stunned, because you know how I say about AI, garbage in, garbage out. You know, in other words, I don't have a lot of confidence in AI. Okay? So, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. In other words, it's not a consciousness, and so come on, get it up here. There it is. Okay, so I go like this, right there, and I go like that, and you're going to see what I'm talking about here in a second. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. It really surprised the daylights out of me, and because they don't like to be political, mainly they're all Democrats anyway, so you know that's why they're stuck in mainstream science and not able to communicate new ideas. But here, let me put this up on the screen. It blew my mind when they did this. They put it out Monday morning, and I here it is. Here it comes. Okay, it's coming up on the screen. This is from the Institute of Advanced Study, put out by their computer department. AI chatbots. Can you see that up on the screen? Let me just double check. Yeah, you can see that now. There it is. AI chatbots found inaccurate in answering voter queries. And it said here that the AI Democracy Project, okay, that's run out of the Institute of Advanced Study. It says the new AI Democracy Project, in some of the first publicly available testing of how leading AI tools and systems respond to inquiries about voting, candidates, electoral issues, and other election-related information, deemed all the leading AI models unreliable. See that right there? Deemed all, right there, deemed all the leading AI models unreliable and therefore unsafe for voters. Now, I'm not hearing this in the national media, and since I get information emailed to me from the Institute every day. You know, I was stunned. I saw that this came into my email. It didn't come up on Facebook. I was stunned. You know, I was like, what? You know, it's like it blew my mind. And then it took a couple days, and they finally threw it up onto their Facebook. In a year when voters cast election ballots in countries that represent a third of the global population, including some of the largest democracies, such as the United States, India, and so forth, the AIs are just not functional at all, they're saying. Existing threats to democracy. See, AI is accelerating and amplifying existing threats to democracy. Lawmakers around the world are debating different policy responses. At least 5 U.S. states have passed laws regulating deep fakes in election context, and the European Union and so forth. So in other words, the AIs that are out there, none of them worked. None of them worked. This is from the institute. It was built for Albert Einstein. This has some of the top mathematicians in the world. This had Van Neumann, the father of mainframe computer science. Okay, you're talking about and he was also a developer of the hydrogen bomb. I mean, this guy was brilliant in every which way, and his machine, he built it like building it in a garage. He built it in the basement at the institute don't ask me why I can't say the name of the main hall, but anyway, he built it there, and deemed all the leading AI models unreliable, therefore unsafe for voters. That blows my mind. And then Giannis is looking at AMD and so forth, and he says just say AI and people will buy it. He's right. They buy it. But here it is. They're saying that there's not an AI out there that was able to act intelligently to deal with anything. And then, Giannis, you missed it last week. Right afterwards, they had to jump all over Google's AI. It was just totally inaccurate and racist. It was incredible. So let's see. I don't recall many announcements nowadays. Just say AI and any stock surges. Exactly. There were news from Dell. Right. The surge is bound to continue today. Can you tell me what you think about Euro in the positions? Oh yeah, sure. Let me just finish Giannis's last stock out. Show him the other stock there. Pre-market hours. Show me, and then I'll go over to your Azadine. No problem at all. We'll take a look at the Euro. Yeah. I'm hanging from the ceiling, guys. I'm hanging from the ceiling. I've been meaning to get nuts about that. I showed it on Monday when it came out, and I've been meaning to get nuts over it. I mean, it's like, oh my God, these things are junk, garbage in, garbage out. Let's see, there's NVDA. Where's your NVOA? I think I have it on the other let me go to here. I think it's right there. I keep it on a main page. There it is. NVO. There it is right there. And that's gapped up today too. AI. It's been in a buy from here. So it went into the buy right there. It's in the weekly buy just like AMD since I guess January? Yeah, January. The first week of January into December. And so right there. And there's the AM there it is right there. And it went into the buy. Let's put another one up here. Just had one day of a sell right there. And it went down and then went into the buy the next day again. And then you have a buy right there. So basically, since that distance, it's been in a buy since there all the way up to there. And then it went into a sell one day at the top and then went right back into a buy again. And here we are making new highs today. All right, now, brown cow, let me head over to the Euro. Let me get nuts on the Euro. No chasers. NC. Yeah, I've been steaming about this thing I have up on the screen now. You didn't? Oh, shoot. Let me go up there and show. I just realized you couldn't see what I just showed you. There we are. Let's get that off the screen. There we are. And let me go like that. And you didn't see the other one either, I don't think. I don't think you saw the AMD. Let me put the AMD back up there, too, for you. Oh, yeah, I've been jazzed. I'm telling you, I've been jazzed for a week since I saw that. Nobody in the media is talking about it. Here it's the most prestigious, in the top 3 prestigious institutes in the world. You could use the one in Canada at Waterloo, the Perimeter Institute. You got this. Caltech is big. It's got tons of Nobel Prize winners. But the institute puts out something like this on Monday morning after the election, and it's like, wow. Now there is AMD. You can see the AMD. That was that day where they mentioned what they said. It was in the news, something about Dell saying they love AI or something, and it gave a jump. I guess they use AMD chips, a lot of AMD chips in Dell. That's what it is. So, it jumped like they said 5.3% that day. Amazing. I wonder what the night before was. I wonder if we were in a buy from the night before, and then when they cleaned it up, they just gave us the New York close. That could be just the New York close. Let's see what that is. I'm curious now. That's. Let's see what the. Let's do this. Let's see what it does there. No, it didn't change in any. It didn't change in any. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the euro. Let's check out the euro this morning. Yeah, I'm so riled about that. I mean, I can't tell you how riled I am about that. I'm enormously disappointed that the world is not paying attention to it. Like I tell you, here is the euro. Is that the euro? Yeah, that's the euro. There it is. Here's we're doing intraday. We do weekly and daily, and let's get the weekly up there too. Right there. There's the weekly. There is the euro. You see it's trying to climb into the weekly buy this week. Right there. Let's move that zero line so you can see it. There's the zero line. See it right there. There's the zero line. Are we getting everything there? Yeah, I think we are. So you can see right there that it's trying to climb back up into the buy. It went into the sell a couple days ago, 2 days ago. Let's steal this red one right there. Just put it in there. So it went into the sell on that day, and then it's gapped up today. And let's widen it out a little bit more, and you can see the weekly is trying. It was very close trying to get into the buy last week. It was right on the edge. The fast algorithm it's been in a buy for 2 weeks. And you can see there, it was just minus 0.00019er. So just a little action, but here it is this week, jumping right into the buy. There we are. And the daily's jumping into the buy again too. It's been relatively sideways. You can see it right there, how much it's been gliding along this 20.23 that we're following on a Fibonacci sequence that we've been following for, I don't know, like a year and a half now. So it has been, what's the best way to describe it? Not much more of a way of describing, but that is that I don't find that the euro is really making much of a move. It's just chopping. It's an envelope or a chopping sideways pattern. I mean, they hover around this 0.23 that we've been paying attention to for a long while now. I wonder where we started that. It's been a while. It's like a year and a half. Someone asked us to look at it. So there's November of 22. We've been paying attention to it. So it was somewhere out in 22 we started watching it. It has honored the Fibonacci sequence. It's good. Our math is ahead of the sequence itself, but it's interesting. Let's move that zero line down, and they're putting it into the buy today. And so let's see now. Am I answered everybody's question? No, here. This is the other rampage I've been on. If you're using technical analysis, you should your technical analysis should be functional if it's on a weekly basis, a daily basis, and a daily an intraday basis. So you can see, let's widen this out, show you how it's been trading this morning. So it went into the buy right here off of that one and stayed in the buy all the way up until, I think it's right there. Went into the sell there, then it backed off, went back into the buy. Let's get a line in there so I can see it more. There we are. So it went into the buy right there, and then went back into the sell right there. And we're in the sell till right there. We went into a buy, and it kind of bungled along until right there. Both lines have to be under the zero line to go into a signal. Then it went into the sell right there. So this has been the action. The buys have been pretty good, actually. Look at that. That was a good buy right there. That was a good buy right there. This is all intraday. So this is like, it's ticking away live as we speak, and you can see it's breaking down at the moment. They're putting some pressure on it. But it was a gap up to begin with. So when you go back to the daily, like so, and we widen this out, like so, you can see right there. There's a zero line. It's jumped over. It's trying. It ran up. It's trying to back off. It's up just a little bit. We got to get the J4X going again, Janos, because it won't take my password or sign in. NC says, just let you know you are not sharing your chart. Thank you. I'm hooked on the jazz this morning. I was too excited about AI failing miserably and no one talking about it. That's the scary part. Let's see. Your stop is on. Okay. At 108.61. Let's go back to the intraday daily and take a look and see. 108.61. That's up in here, so that's good. 108.61. So you got out. Good. Good. You're fine. Matter of fact, it's even higher. Your stop was up in here on this cell right there. Let's move that over. So you did fine. Because that's 108.55. Oh, I see. On the upside, your stop is on. You're short. So that's good. That's a good thing. You're short. Yeah, that's sorry. It's on. Should get ice. Yeah, I see what you're saying. 108.68.1. Okay. So you're short right now, so you're fine. And it's playing down. The daily, trying to climb into the buy, the weekly. Yeah, I would lower your stops and try to... Well, I have no opinion. I can't give an opinion. I don't know how much capital you're using or what you're doing, so that's all right. I'm just saying, let's see how it bounces over the next, half hour. We'll keep an eye on it since you got a position on it. We can... For the next 30 some odd minutes or 29 minutes, we can show you where our intraday math is going. And then we'll have to work on getting the J4X up, and that'll help you also. It works for me with the same login details. I know, I must be reading it wrong. I have no idea what is the issue at your end. I logged in an hour ago and measured around the USA futures on that demo. Okay. We'll work on that after. We'll have to work on the side so we can put out everything. Put I can send you over what I'm trying to use. So that is the euro. Anybody want to see anything particular? I'm going to go take a sip of tea, and let me know if you want to see another product. And I'm leaving the short-term euro up on the screen for the time being. Alrighty. I logged in. Okay. SPY. All right, let's see what SPY's doing. Let's see. SPY right there. It's kind of flattish, I would say, more than anything else. But it is down. But you can see the weekly and the daily have been very firm for a long while. I think on the weekly, it's in a buy now for 17 weeks or something like that. All the way back into November, it's been in the buy. Now let's see what the S&P looks like this morning. S&P looks same way, kind of firm, in a buy for a third day. It has to be moved over one like that. And this is the third day, and it's been in that long adventure on the, weekly buy since the beginning of November. All right. So yes, the dollar index, I guess you could say, when we go back to the beta, let's go back to the beta. There's the beta, and the dollar index, looks kind of, it's just breaking down a little bit, which means that interest rates, with it down, that's insinuating. Money's saying basically that they think that interest rates could go down. it's the strangest thing I've ever seen. Here we have some great minds telling us that the AI is falling apart, and every time you say AI, in the stock market, they just buy it more. And then at the same time, you look at they keep on believing interest rates are going to drop. You know? All right. So that is that. I mean, there's not much more you can basically say. Let's go over and look at British pound. That's not it there. It's right there. Let's look at British pound this morning. And there's British pound. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this. Let's see if I can do this. The intraday. Let's disconnect that. Can I disconnect that chart? I think I can. Let's do it like that. And we can move it down so we can look at it while we're looking at other stuff at the same time. There is the intraday right there. And then we'll put this one like that. And then let's go look at British pound. Let's see. That's gold. Where did British pound? Oh, what did it do? Where did it go? There it is, right there. So there is British pound. You see, British pound's doing the same thing. It's jumping up, showing some strength in there. There's some buying. Yeah, we'll leave it up on the screen there for you, so at least you have a general idea what's going on. Through the eyes of our mathematics. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, no, let me rephrase that. You got a good trade going on, just make sure you don't give up the profits, that's all. And then let me go back to that again real quick. You can see it's trying to get into the buy here. And you can see it's right here at the 0 line. It's showing the strength. And you can see the weekly is trying to lift up. So it says that there's buyers out there. Now, I'm not convinced that it could last the whole day. Maybe just very short term. But right now, when it comes to the, let's see, where did it settle yesterday? On Friday, the thing settled at 108.35.5. So where did we go? What was the low right there? The low there was 108.42.6. 41.8. I'm sorry, 41.8. So that's the low there. The low there is 41.7. So it didn't challenge it yet. So we may be going through another one of these. And then, oh no, you can't see what I'm looking at. Let me get over there. So right there, you got this like that. There is the, this is the daily. Let's put that up there. Keeps on shifting gears on me. Right there is the euro. And it's acting firm. And it's at the lows of the day, but it's still above Friday's close. So this might do this. We might go do this action here now. Go sideways, put another push on it. They may go after the Friday settlement area and then bounce up. And now you can see here, we're in the sell from here. We went back into the buy right. Did it do it there or there? Let's see. Let me put that to the side for a second and see. I think that's the buy right there. No. Yeah, that's the buy right there. So when you know what it was? It was all zeros. It was all zeros right there. And then, it's been bouncing up, and then it finally slid back into the sell right there and has stayed in the sell all the way through. So it's in the sell from there, and we've backed off, and it's trying to get into a buy, but it has not gotten into a buy about now. When both the blue line and the green line are above the 0 line here. See where there it's not, right there it's not there. None of these are. It did it right there. It went into the sell. So it's been in the sell for this whole move, and now we are, they're trying to bounce it. Let's put it that way. They're trying to bounce it up. We'll see what happens. And you can see the blue line is like the warning line. It tells us that there's strength coming in, but it may not survive. It could more than likely, not more likely, it could fail. It could literally fail. Like it did right there. It failed right there, right here, with its bounce. And same thing with there, and so forth. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, the daily and the weekly are telling us that they want to take it up. So you want to make sure that you definitely capture your profit. Now let's go to the British pound. And there's the British pound. Right there, British pound, trying to, let's see. Now how did I end up on gold? There it is again. All right, so there is British pound. There we go, that's better. And so the British pound doing the same thing. It's trying to lift through the zero line. It's been in a weekly buy for, on the fast, but we treat that more like a warning, and we treat this as the real deal, so we knew there would be some type of strength coming into this, and it's trying to do it again. It's getting up into these highs here. But overall, I'm not that, I'm not sure why we're seeing buying going on in the currencies, when the dollar is, the interest rates seem to be rising around here. They have been, you can see here, let me just show you. Here is the 30-year bond. There it is right there. There's a 30-year bond. You can see Friday they jacked it up. Thursday they popped it up, went into the buy on Thursday. Friday they jacked it up, and today it's down. Interest rates are rising again, just a little, nothing major, but they are rising, and we're flirting. It went into the weekly buy on Friday, and now we are starting to flirt with the weekly sell. We're underneath it. So, as much as interest rates look like they could be lowered over the last, say, week and a half, our math is trying to tell us that they're not that convinced of it. The longer term money is moving away from it, not towards it. NQs and gold. We can do that. NQs and gold. There is gold. Gold's acting the same way. It's like fixed. Did that spike with the interest rates dropping on Friday. They took it up. And it's been in a buy since back in here. On a daily basis. It closed in a weekly buy last week, looking firm now. And then NQs, same thing, right there. Activate. And let's see. This will be a buy right here, but it's awful high up to begin with. But just be careful. It's showing some buying strength coming in. Like I said, it could do this thing, and that could be the peak. And then it tries to hesitates sideways in here, but it's got a little bit more arch to it this time when it comes to the intraday euro. In this case here, this is the gold. Like I said, you can see it's trying to get into a buy. No, what is that? That's the intraday. How did that happen? Let's get the daily in there. That's the intraday gold. We'll go back to intraday gold for you. And so there is the daily and the weekly. It's is that gold? No, that's the NQs. That's what that is now. There's the NQs look like the gold. It seems like everything's jacked. It's stimulated from that interest rate drop on going in from Thursday and Friday. It seems to have put a push into everything, and it's doing it here in the pairs trades. But notice the pairs trades are moving slower. And I always, over the 5 decades, my experience trading currencies, usually they're the ones that are right in the end. Currencies are right in the end, and everybody else is wrong. So, them trying to get into the buy today, they're going to have to do a lot of work and stay there. If they don't stay there by the end of the day, then I think the marketplace will roll over again. And so that now let's go to the intraday. There's gold. Gold has been in a sell since went into the buy here. Didn't last too well. Matter of fact, there's a loser chicken dinner thing. Then the sell was the sell made what you lost, because if you sold it on the close there, it's almost the same amount as if you bought here and got trapped in there. And now, let's see. See, this one was really tough. Well, this was a nice win. That was the buy. Is that the buy or that the buy? Let's put the line in there. Make it white and make it extended. Okay, that's the buy there. See, that was not very pretty either. And the sells have been better, which is kind of odd, but especially with it trying to climb into the buy. And then there's your buy right there. And it's not, it's barely moving $1. And then it goes into the sell again right there. And then they slam it down about $1.50. And then they've put it back into the buy right there. And it didn't make anything, it lost. And then the sell made the money. So it seems like the sells are doing well on the intraday right now on these products. Let's see, what else can we say? Home position. Okay, so there is the NQ and the gold. And the gold, like I said, it seems to all be matching up to this action we saw with. Let's put that in there. Right there. Seems like that action we got with the buying starting here, and then actually that's a red green, so it didn't go into the sell. Move that over. They readjusted it and put a red and green in there, so it, even if it did, it pushed it back into the buy for there, and then gapped the next day. So it's, I don't know, I have a hard time believing we're going to see lower interest rates. I really do. It's going to take a lot to get us into lower interest rates at this point. And it seems like everything's trying to tell us at the moment. I mean, metals always move up with lower interest rates. Matter of fact, let's go over to well, let's do this. Let's go to the South African Rand real quick. I want to go look at the yen too. The Nikkei closed at another all-time high, and I'm curious to see where the yen is. There's the yen. Yen is trapped up here in the 150, so it's basically the Nikkei is moving with inflation, which is good. I mean, that's important. That's a very positive sign. Let's see. What else can we say about that? Now, it wasn't a buy. Went into the sell here. Grab that sell. Went into the sell there. And is it still in the sell? Trying to lift up a little bit here. But it's in the weekly buy, so you can't take the short. So it's not that bad. We squeeze it up to take a look. It's been in the buy since the 145.46 area. And then you can see right here, we're up heading towards the 151 area. Now that's a lot of pressure on the product, but that's also a good thing, is that we're seeing the strength in the stocks over there. All right, and so then we go over, let's go look at South African Rand. Right there. And see, when this is moving down, usually gold is moving up, and we did see that. We're seeing it, basically coming off of this high here, dropping and then popping up and failing and going down again. We see gold. Let's just put gold in there really quick. Gold doing the same thing, basically. Let's see, where's it at? Gold, right there. So, gold from here has had a very nice move on the upside. Very comfortable. And again, I'm confused on why well, I could see gold. I could see people really fed up and frustrated with the inflation. That's why Bitcoin has got. I think Bitcoin got up to like. Let's see where Bitcoin got up to. 64 possibly? 64,000? Ah, my hot tea. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick here. There it is right there. There's Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has gotten up to, well, today it's at 65,000. Okay, yeah, so climbed up to almost 64,000 there at Tuesday or Wednesday, Monday or Tuesday of last week. And, we've been in the weekly buy in this thing since the end of January in from the 54,000 area, 40,000 area. We've been in the weekly buy since the 40,000 area right there. Whoa! What did I do to that poor thing? Now let's see if I can find it and fix it again. There it is. So we've been in a buy on a weekly buy since this week right here at the 40,000 area right there. And so now we went into the weekly buy. This is the daily down below. And then there's the weekly. And you can see that the strength has been going on all the way up since then. So there is the second to last week in January. So it's been a very interesting move in the cryptos. They're obviously concerned. Yeah, 65,000. That is something. And daily. We've been in more dailies, I guess you could say, than we've been in. You can see here it went into the daily. Let's see, where's this at? Back in here, it was in a daily buy for about a week and a half for that action. Went into the sell a little bit for this choppy stuff. Went back into the buy again there. Failed somewhere around in here, where it was going down in the sell. And then we went back into the daily buy here or there, either way. On the 24th, right in here, we went into the daily buy again at the 50,000, 51,000 area, 52,000 area, right around in there. And now we're at 65,000. So we're really seeing some strength in this action. All right. I just want to check. If anybody wants to see anything, yell it out. I'm just going to go over to, I want to see what the Turkish lira is doing. Because, unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of strength in that product. Ouch. Giannis, you were gone. I tried not to put a mathematical projection into it, but down in the 32.5, 33 area, I started seeing 37. I really hated the idea to even talk about it for a while. And now we've gotten up over, what's the high now? 34.5. We're seeing a lot of strength in this thing, and ever since Japan came out, they're trying to resolve the earthquake of last year at this point. It's been 12 months, and there's a lot of people still living in tents, and they haven't cleaned up the towns, and I don't know. There's been a lot of pressure on the country that's been unproductive. So I guess we're feeling a lot of pain with that, Can't you see your Bitcoin chart? You can't see it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's on the beta. Let me put it on there. Thank you. There's the Bitcoin right there. And there's the weekly back in the end of January. And the dailies have been good shots, and it's been a good trade. I think we've been pretty happy with the GBTC too now, the ETF. We have that also. Depends on where you trade it. But that is actually Bitcoin itself. The quotes that come in from Bitcoin. And it's been acting extremely well. Climbed into the buy in the 40,000 area on the weekly buy right there. Which is, was it there? No, see, that was a minus. So right there, the last week of January, right there in here, and it's climbed up. I mean, it's been one rocket shot from, what's that? See, that's the 28th of January right there. So basically the buy was in that week. So 40,000, a little under 40,000, 40,000, Somewhere's in there our buy signal kicked out, and worst case it's at 42,000. So right in here. And that's the Bitcoin. Thank you for telling me that on the chat line. I got a chat line up independent now. Nothing can block it. So I can see it. And that is the action we're seeing in the Bitcoin and the world. And at the same time, we're sitting there watching. Say, okay, there you go. We're starting to get that curve again. So we went into the buy right here on that euro action. Like that. Gave us just a little strength, and now it's rolling over. And it's already in a sell right there. So it's back in the sell now, 3 bars from right there. They may go after the close of Friday. You know, you might see it get down into the high 30s, mid 30s, something like that. That's 108.30 something versus 43 or 44 where it's at now. Let's see, what else can we say? Oh, you can't see that. That's right, because I've shifted gears again. Right there, and there it is. And that is the action we're seeing over there. All right. You know, South African Rand has been showing some positive buying, but we still think it's overvalued by about 4 handles. It should be in the it should be in the 14 area, 14 something, 15 lows, you know. So we think that a good 5 handles is what we would call it on the trading floor a haircut to the politics that's going on down there right now. In other words, it's not taking the currency in good direction, it's taking it in a bad direction because of the haircut. That's a hedge fund talk, haircut. Sticky, you know. They don't like to use direct words. They like to use very interesting ones. Holding what? Oh, being short? That's all right. I'm just going to leave it on there for you. That's all. I can't tell you what to do. I don't know your position. I mean, your circumstances. So, I mean, I don't know if you're shorted from against something else, or if you're shorted, or I just don't know. I don't know what, I don't know the size of the position. It's none of my business. All I can do is show you where it's going. That's all I can do. I can show you what it's doing on an intraday basis. I can show you what it's doing on a daily basis. And I figured that they'll go challenge the lows, which would make sense. And then maybe the buyers will come back in again. Or, because of the way interest rates dropped, going into last week, this could be, we're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing all that action. I mean, the NASDAQ is still up a little bit. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 150 points. The S&P 500 down 9 points. So, I never suggest you follow me. You just follow the math. You'll be better off all the time. I just show you the math. That's all. You see what I'm saying? Is it Azadan? How about if I just call you AG? That looks good. Is that a G? I think that's a G, yeah. AG. We'll just call you AG. Yeah. So, in other words, there's a good chance that you're short, and, it could roll over by the end of the day. Wouldn't surprise me at all if the daily rolls over. Wouldn't surprise me. And we're seeing the type of action now that we would expect them go try to take out the close of Friday. And we've gotten relatively close to that. I guess we're only about 4 or 5 points away from it at this point. Was it 108.35 area? And we're at 108.43. So, what else can we say about any of these other things at this point? I guess there's no real surprise when it comes to the stock market, because I could say this about it all, and that is that there's nowhere else to be invested. That's what the problem is. There are money managers out there telling people, well, you can get 5% on government bonds, and so they're leery, and basically they're paid to be in the stock market, which puts pressure on the stock market. I saw a headline this morning where the hedge funds have been short the market, and this morning they were buying the market to try to cover and find a better place to sell. In other words, they want to be short. They don't want to be. They don't want to be long. They're concerned about. They're just concerned about it. Oh, no problem, AG. No problem at all. So, I mean, the markets are really, the stock markets are showing strength where it shouldn't be. Matter of fact, someone made a joke on one of the financial channels this morning and said, they were predicting 7 cuts, and they're now only predicting 3.5 cuts or 3 cuts. And he says, and the market for the year is up 7% already. He's like, why aren't they backing it off? And a lot of products are at all-time highs, like right now. NQs are at an all-time high. We're looking at a lot of things playing with all-time highs, and it seems like nobody seems to be following the fundamentals. It's odd, but true. All right, we got to come up with a title for this webinar today. What should we call it today? Let's see. What can we say? I would say that interest rates are not. It's more. I think it's the confusion about the interest rates. So interest rates could be giving us a false signal. I think that's how I see it at this point. Rates. I'm going to say in doubt. That's the best way. I'll talk like a hedge fund. Interest rates in doubts. Is that right? I think that's a cool way of going with it. That's what we'll do. There we go. Off that goes. All right. Oh, I think I put it in the wrong spot. I sent it over to Janos directly. Let's see. Put it up on both screens. Does it matter? Interest rates in doubt. Let's try it one more time. Title. There we go. Interest rates in doubt. Because I can't imagine them going down. Let's put it that way. There we go. All right, this is Doc from North America. I will catch you all tomorrow, same time, same channel, and we can tune in tomorrow and see if the euro took up the 108.35. We're only about 5 full points away from it now. So this is Doc from North America. I scroll through the groups to see what to edit in regards to titles. I sometimes miss direct messages. Yeah, I know. I straightened it out. I sent it over to both, so you should see it on Dukascopy's chat line also. Alrighty, this is Doc. Oh, thank you, NC. Thank you very much, and AG for participating today. We love people just asking questions or looking at things and giving us an idea what to look at and so forth. So, happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be tomorrow. Happy trails to you, to all our trading and webinar trading friends. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. All right. Have a happy and safe trading day, traders. Bye-bye now.